How I develop my communication skills as a person who's naturally introverted and maybe ambiverted. Ambivert. Ambivert. The. Ambivert is the type of person that he's prefer to be alone and he receives energy only with type of people, like a specific type of people that he loves. And this is who I am. This is my nature. It was always like that since I was a child. I loved to be alone. I lived in my imagination. I still live there. I was always talking to myself, had lovely conversations till this day, have wonderful conversations with myself. If I'm physically alone, so I would talk like with voice, I would literally talk with myself. Now I know that it's very normal. When I was a teenager, I was ashamed of that. I was thinking to myself, what, am I crazy or something? But no, it's super normal. And I suggest you to do it as well because it really helps to clear your mind and understand. Just understand very clearly because the mind is like, whoa, so many thoughts. And then you just say it and have a conversation with yourself. And something that always was interesting for me, it's people. And I was growing up with people that didn't match me, my vibe, my energy, my whoever I was at that time. And also I was a super people pleaser, so I was naturally around people who wanted to take and I wanted to give, and that was the combination. Also, I had wonderful people when I was a waitress at my working place as a waitress for 3.5 years. There I had the best time of my life. Truly were wonderful people. I was working with wonderful people between the ages of 14 and a half and until 18. Was a great, lovely time, lovely people. But at the age of 17, 18, I felt that I just want to start from zero and cut the connections with all of the people I knew. Some of them were great people that, when you are not in the environment like work with those people, so you are not in touch with them anymore, although they are great. And the other people that I was like growing up with them on the streets didn't really see me, never, didn't appreciate me. So it was time for me to say peace and start from zero. Again, not because they were bad or I was bad, just because we didn't have the same values of friendship. That's it. Or maybe of life, where you don't have any more about what to talk about with the person, you have different interests, and that's okay. So I said to myself, well, I already feel alone when I'm around them because you don't have anyone to match to. And at these times, like as a teenager and as a younger teenager, you just want to feel part of. So you're searching for who the fuck are you, and you don't know who you are. And I had enough of that. So I said, okay, I prefer to literally be alone instead of being around people and feel alone. Like worst case scenario, I will be alone. So I would like to share with you all of the things that I did to discover the people who were good for me at that time, like at the age of 18 and forward, for 2 years, for 4 years, for 5 years. Some of the people I met are still my friends until this day. I'm happy for that. And some of them are not, and it's okay. We had to be friends for a while. They also were wonderful friends, and we were good friends for a couple of years, and that's it. It was enough for me, it was enough for them, and I kept going on my journey and they had to go on their journey. The point is that I started my journey of looking for people who will match me. And I would like to share with you the skills I developed to search for these people and to try many types of friendship. So, my communication skills, I would like to share with you my communication skills that started already when I was a waitress, because you have no other choice. You have to talk to people that you don't know. And luckily, I was a waitress, as I said, since 14 years old. So I started my journey in communication at the early age, and then I purposely started to search. So let me share with you what I was doing. First thing that I think that's the most basic thing that we need to do when we want to understand how communication works, and it's to read about it and search information about it. For some reason, it's not obvious for people, but that want to like do networking or want to have better communication skills. For some reason, they are not searching about it. And this is my first tip to you, because there are wonderful people. Vanessa Van Edwards, amazing. Eve Pomporas, amazing. You can watch her videos. Book that I read, What Everybody Is Saying, by John Navarro, FBI agent, a previous FBI agent for 25 years. Just start to, you don't need to buy a pile of books and non-stop watch videos about it. Just buy one book, understand some basic things about body language, because you are not going to be professional after one book. Okay, I'm not a professional, but I try. It makes you look at the other person instead of looking at yourself while speaking, while having a conversation. The most basic point is the other person in the conversation. It's not you. So it makes you put your focus on the other person. Watch how he talks about subject. Watch how he reacts to your questions. You're not investigating, where have you been? No, just you ask a question and you see and you hear by his tone of voice if he likes your question, if he doesn't love your question. Maybe he has a problem with the question, maybe he has a problem with how you asked it. But by watching other people, you practice yourself, you watch yourself. Everything I'm going to share with you, take it as an experiment. Just start an experiment in your life by trying plenty of techniques, that some of them, I said, I will share with you here, and you can learn from Joe, you can learn from Vanessa Van Edwards, from Puras, and more. Just do experiments. Watch what is working for other people, what is working for you, and try like I will share here some tips. Go and try. This is what I was doing. I remember I was scrolling on Facebook, reading something, this and that works on people. I would try it. I just go and try it with people that I know, with people that I don't know. I was trying everything. This second tip is one of the greatest things that I think that I've learned in my life that really helped me. I was 18 years old, starting a new job at the airport, and I was like, you're 18, this is not like a wow job. So there was like people who were working in a better job, that they're like walking like that, And the people who were working in my field, they have told me that all of the people from the other field that sometimes working with us are horrible people. They're so mean. They're walking like that, and it's horrible to work around them. I said, okay, don't listen. People saying you bad things about other people that you don't even know yet, don't listen to them. Never. It's a trap. You obviously will suffer as they are suffering. Don't let me try by myself, and then let's see if I will suffer as well. Okay, so I didn't believe any of them. I said I will try. Let's see if they will be mean to me as well. Yes, at first they did give a shit about me. And then I read on Facebook, truly, I saw a post. When you meet a person for the first time, and you had to have a basic conversation with him, always ask for his name. And since then, every time you will approach to him, or he will approach to you, say, hey Kevin, excuse me Kevin, I have a question. Always. Why? Because my name is me. And when people are approaching me by my name, it's as if they know me already. So if they know me, I know them. And if I know them, I feel comfortable around people I know. And I feeling comfortable is like being nice and, hey friend. This is like I think this is the explanation for this thing. So I've tried it. There was like 40, 50, let's say like 30 people who were in this position. Each and one of them, I would ask their name. I would remember their name. 90% of them never asked my name. I was always approaching them by their name because of this technique. After a while that I was approaching and always by name, I wasn't like clicking their ass. I wasn't like trying to have a conversation. I don't want to have a conversation. I just wanted to see how they would react and act towards me, and if it will change. Because at the beginning, as I said, all of them didn't give a shit about me. I wanted to see, because we are experimenting, if the thing with the name will change their behavior towards me. Because I knew how they are behaving to other of my co-workers. They, for years, didn't give a shit about them. So I wanted to see what will happen. And not only all of them were super nice to me after a while, knew my name because they didn't have the courage to ask, because, it's not like I know their name for a while and they do not know my name. They were talking about me to know what's my name, and some of them became my friends. True friends, I went to their weddings, okay? And I had the best time working because I knew that no matter what, there was only maybe one or two of all of these 30 people that I didn't like, and they just didn't give a shit and didn't like me. But it's okay if one or two doesn't like you or don't like you. Most of them have changed because I didn't take it personally. You don't know my name, I don't care. I didn't take personally if they sometimes were not so nice to me. I just was experimenting, would talking with them, saying their names all the time, would change their behavior towards me. And after a while, it changed for 90% of them. So that's cool. This is super cool technique if you are supposed to work in a new place, or you are coming to, because working in a new place, you will have to reach out to the core workers. So reach out by name. Don't say, hey, oh, hey, darling. Say, hey, Rebecca. Hey, Kevin. You don't need to be super friendly. I wasn't like that. I didn't want to, how are you? I didn't want to have a conversation because I preferred to be alone. I just truly was experimenting, and I don't believe that we should be friends at work. I just want to, because we're working together, have work relationship that I feel comfortable to come to you and you feel comfortable to come to me. It doesn't mean that we have to be besties. So this is a super cool thing that works and worked for me for years. I'm 27 years old now, okay? So I've done it for plenty of years. My third tip that I've heard plenty of times when I was listening to communication experts that people until this day don't know. And it's so important for you to know that. If you want to go to a networking event, if you are a new co-worker, if you meet new people. It works for me for years. Years. Especially as an introvert. Don't talk about yourself. No. What people think? They will meet me, I will brag and brag and brag. It's okay to brag. Brag all over. I believe in bragging. You have something to brag about, brag. But I will brag about things with my closest friends. When I meet new people or know you for a while. At first, if there is an opportunity to have a conversation, I will ask questions about you. I'm not going to say it, yes, and I this and I that. No, I'm going to ask you question after question after question. Luckily, I was studying, I learned NLP, practitioner and master. Okay. NLP, for me, basically, is having the skill of asking questions. NLP taught me which questions to ask to lead you to a deeper understanding, because that's what you learn there. And I learned NLP, I finished the studying of NLP something like 5 years ago. So I'm practicing asking questions for a long time. My closest friends know that, and I know that as well. They know that I know how to ask questions. That's why I'm not doing this with them. And I love to ask questions. The questions are not, how are you doing? Where are you from? I will give you some questions that you can make a person speak for a while. And it's not super deep. You can start with a small talk. I don't like small talk, it's a waste of time. I have another video with 27 cool questions for first meetings, first dates, first conversation with people. Super cool questions, not so deep, super fun. You can try them. And if you don't want and you want to go with a small talk, first of all, a tip that I gave my friend recently. What are the basic questions when you are start a conversation with people? What you are studying? Where do you work? Right? For how long do you work there? So let's example, if you meet someone who studies something, you can ask, what made you choose this topic? How do you feel while you're studying it? What is the best thing that you discovered by studying it? Okay, if you meet someone who's started to talk about this work, how does it feel working there? What is the next thing that you would like to do? Do you have a dream that you are like going forward from this job, or is it something different? Just start to ask questions. Practice asking questions from the information you receive. You don't know to where the conversation will go, and you would not have to share anything about you. For 3 hours, you can sit and this person will share and share and share, and you can just ask. If the person will ask you back a question, share, of course. Personally, most of the times, people don't ask back, because people are so excited to talk about themselves and share things that are like more deeper than I work here or I studied this. People really are excited to share. So you need to know that there is a higher percent that people would not ask you back. I'm not taking it personally. I just understand that people are very excited to share stories eventually, because the questions that I ask, they are not small talks. I ask those cool questions, so people have fun by sharing them, and from that you're like, go into another conversation, and there you sometimes you're talking about opinions, so you would share your opinion. But many times just don't expect people to ask you, and just practice asking. If you will see that you don't have any questions to ask, okay, you know how to have a small talk, you know how to have a conversation. Just you can start to share about yourself or opinion, or you know what, ask a question about another thing. You don't have limit. You don't need to limit yourself with the questions. You ask only about the subject that you were have given. You can try to like talk about a lot of things, not politics and stuff, but try to ask whatever you want. Practice it. Remember, again, it's only an experiment and it's a skill to develop, and it's very fun to develop this skill. Just asking questions, and I love to do it truly. And now I can say that I know how to ask questions very well after years of practicing asking questions. My fourth tip, that based on the previous one, is to truly listen. When you truly listen, you have plenty of questions to ask. Plenty. That's what also we were studying in NLP, to truly listen, because this is the only way to receive ideas for questions in a conversation. So you must truly listen, and also by that, because it's not going to be just a regular small talk, it's going to be way more interesting for you. This is why I'm using the questions that I made a video about it with the 27 questions, because then I have a super interesting question that you hear a super interesting story, and from this super interesting story that you were truly listening, you have like 5 more questions, and this is how you maintain the conversation. So it's super fun. And another super cool thing, it's by being the one who's asking and who's listening. I've heard this in the past. There are some people who you are with them and they seemed like the most interesting person in the room, and there are some people that make you feel like the most interesting person in the room. So when you are listening and asking questions, okay, ask and truly listen, and be an active listener. Like really, I'm like also super excited. I'm like super active listener. I'm like, wow, no way. I'm like that. But just show with your body that you're listening. To do that, you truly need to listen. Okay, don't fake it. Truly listen, and your body will show. By that, I am making the person who's with me so fucking interesting. Because if it's not interesting, I will, I'm not talking to people who I would try to talk with. As I said, I'm between introvert and ambivert. So if I understand that you're not vibing with me, I prefer to not talk to you at all. Not because he's a bad person, just because, again, we don't match. But the thing is that you make other people feel very interesting. And this is so fun. Like, for me, it's so fun to feel interesting for other people. I want to be around them because, hey, they see me. Hey, the person who see me, who truly see me, wants to hear me, wants to listen to me. Hey, it's so lovely to see you. So this is the thing, to ask great questions and to listen, truly listen, and make the other person feel the most interesting person in the room. And trust me, all of us have wonderful stories that because of the small talks, we don't have the privilege to share. But when you will ask the right questions, the interesting questions, and practice it, you will hear some wonderful stories. Because every person you meet is like a new book you read. 5th tip, smile. Smile. It's so fucking easy to smile. It's so fucking fun to smile. It's fun for you. It's fun for the people around you. I was, when I was working in the airport, when I saw someone for 3 times already, it was enough for me to smile at him, not to hit on him, not because I was smiling to men as well. And I just truly was smiling. Eventually, it's your energy, okay? if you want to hit on someone, you will have a smile, flirtatious smile. I don't know how to flirt, and I truly wasn't hitting on them. I just really wanted to make people feel seen. This was my goal. It was so important for me to make people in this world feel seen. And okay, I'm not telling you go on the street, see a person and smile and wave. No, but a person that you've seen a couple of times and you will see this person more because you're working together and you feel like it, okay? Don't do something when you don't feel right. You feel like you want to smile to this person because you want to make this person feel seen. Smile. You see someone that you know, smile, that you know, and again, as I said, if I don't like you, I'm not going to smile at you. If I try to talk to you and I understand we are not vibing, I'm not going to smile at you. But if this is a person that you don't know, that didn't do something that crossed your boundaries or doesn't match your values or whatever, or a person you love or like or appreciate, so smile. Just smile more. Go around and smile more to the people around you. Also, it's fun with yourself. I love to smile. I'm always smiling. I'm always laughing. Also, because I'm a comedian, but I'm always laughing, and it's always so fun. We don't have to have a good reason to smile. Being alive, it's a wonderful reason to smile. Seeing other people, it's a wonderful reason to smile. Like it's more than enough. So just smile. It's the easiest way to open the door for a conversation with the person you meet. Just smile. Just because smiling is showing to you that, hey, it's okay to be around me. It's okay to talk to me. It's welcoming. Smiling is welcoming because all of us are very shy. All of us, not all of the people you will see around you are experimenting communication skills, right? So most of us are really shy about what people will think about us, and maybe men with women would be afraid if the women would think that they are hitting on them, but they are not, and the opposite. So everything is by how you're showing it and just the vibe. And as I said, I was smiling all the time, also to men and to women, and no one was hitting on me. Yeah. It's funny and sad. No, it's not sad, it's okay. Because I always wanted to approach men to listen to me and to learn from me as well as women. And to do that, I can't be flirtatious. So luckily, I never knew how to flirt. People believe that they should be the one who have to share and talk and entertain to feel loved and seen. And I want to tell you that by just asking questions and showing that you see the person and open the door, just open the door to maybe have a conversation, to just make other person feel comfortable. You are giving other people the ability to be the main character of their life, and just be seen while they are performing and telling you their stories from their life. And this is what we all want since we were kids, right? To say to our parents, hey, go sit on the couch, gather all the family around. I'm going to perform now. So this is our true nature, and you give the people around you the ability to feel comfortable, to feel seen, and to perform to you their own act as the main character of the movie. And while you are there, listening, cheering them up, sitting with them, crying with them, feeling with them, they will give you a main role as well in their life, in their movie. Because as I said, this is what we all want, it's just to be seen. When you are receiving a position of a main character, because you just were there listening and being and clapping, you were seen as well. So it all comes together. I hope that I helped you today in some way. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you so much for listening. I would be happy to know what is the tip that maybe you've tried, maybe you will try. What did you like the most? Maybe it's not of the tip, maybe just the story that I told you. And I would be happy to, if you will write some more tips to not only to share with me, to share with other people who read the comments as well. And again, thank you so much. I wish you a magical day full of magical adventures and full of magical conversations with wonderful people that will match you in your life. Thank you.